actually bred by Scotty and Charles Ritter. They have a lot of their horses that are homebred, so take advantage. Horses breeding says that this distance should be absolutely perfect. 5 horses Wildwood Bell. That is the other Becker horse. They came down together, and this, yes, is another horse owned and bred by he and Charles Ritter. As we're looking at the 3-year-old son of Galib, the works, again, not flying off the page. However, if you go back to April 9th, a 36-2, kind of a sneaky one. In fact, both the March 31st and the April 9th workouts, little sneaky. Then they just kind of back off a little bit, going for the foundation. That 39-4, very slow for May 22nd, but also it was from the gate, so I don't think they were worrying about the work. I think they just wanted to get this horse cleared by the stewards. Alexander Bendesu, what can I tell you? The guy's hitting at 31%, so it all makes a lot of sense here. Okay, Earl's Outlaw, the 7-horse, third selection for yours truly. 6-5 in the morning line, 5-2. The bettors, now, not saying this horse won't come down in wagering, but this is giving you an idea of what kind of a race this is. There's a lot of question marks. This horse, yes, had a decent race last time out, although to me it came across as very geared, formerly the Michael Rivas barn. However, both races were at Hawthorne. Now, they have worked since then here at Fairmount Park. Got in a May 2nd work, 49, and then a 51-3 in preparation for their debut here at Fairmount Park. Can they win? Absolutely they can win. But I'm going to take a stand against them. I think this is a horse you could definitely try and beat, at least in this situation. Include them in the pick 5. You don't want to get caught out, especially now the horse is 3-1. Definitely some value there. The 3 horses DeLong Shot for Ben DeLong. Georgiana DeLong is the breeder. 3-year-old son of Arcade. Hasn't shown much in the first 2 efforts. But to be fair, that was also on a muddy track and a good track. So we'll have to see if that one, in fact, does play out. Looks okay. Just saw that one going on by. Another look from the angle. Javier Diego will ride this one. Diego has been making the most of opportunities. Not a lot of opportunities coming his way, but he has been making the most of them. It's a race that'll be very interesting because, as Keith pointed out earlier, we have 3 first-time starters. Will not be surprised if the 5, 6, or 8 decide to go on the lead for this one. I think Earl's Outlaw, if I had to take a wild guess, the actual betting favor right now at 5-2, that's the 7, probably will be the early pace setter. But this is a race that nothing will surprise me. So I'm going to use the 5, 7, and 8 in the first leg of the pick 5. But I'm going to take the first timer, Summer Cyclone, on the outside and try to see if we can get some value. Good luck.
Field of 8 to head to the starting gate in just 8 minutes for race number 1 of 8. Program changes for the opener. The 1 and 2, gelding. 3 pounds over on the 2. Harold Ortega to ride at +1 on the 6 and +1 on the 8. Early daily double action. Exacta, Trifecta, Win Place Show, Superfecta. You have the 50-cent pick 5 coming up and the dollar early pick 3. Track fast. Five minutes till the first 5 minutes. Illinois bred or foaled, maiden special weights. They go to the 6 furlong gate. in 3 minutes. Opening race field is headed towards the gate. Illinois bred maiden specials loading in. Position Our Luck and Wildwood Bell. The filly in here with the Colts and Geldings. Number 6, I'm the Innocent One, loads in. Waiting on Spartan King. Just clicked odds on, did the 7 Earls Outlaw. The long shot about to move in. Summer Cyclone. Last in, Mike's last call. Maidens in the gates, ready. We're off and running at Fairmount Park on a Tuesday. Very good start for DeLong Shot, out very well. In the center is Mike's last call to climb up towards the front. Here come both Becker and Ritter runners, Wildwood Bell and Summer Cyclone, to mix it up top, and the new leader down the back stretch is Wildwood Bell. That's Wildwood Bell by 2. Better than Summer Cyclone, tracking in second. Moving on up from far back is Earl's Outlaw. On the far outside, has nothing but wide open spaces, is now about to take over second from Summer Cyclone. Back in fourth is DeLong Shot. Fifth, 7 lengths from the front, is Mike's last call. Nothing from Spartan King. Far back to position, Our Luck. On the front throughout has been Wildwood Bell. Coming to call is Earl's Outlaw and circles up and means business. Still in fourth is DeLong Shot. That's your quartet. Past the 330 mark. They all have to do some running to catch Wildwood Bell, who's out by a 3-length cushion. In second is DeLong Shot. Third is Earl's Outlaw. The gate to wire. Winner in the opener, Wildwood Bell, to score by 3 lengths. DeLong Shot in second. Earl's Outlaw was third, and Summer Cyclone. An official running order of race number 1, 5, 3, 7, and 8. On debut, the winner of race number 1, number 5, Wildwood Bell, and jockey Alexander Bendezu. Owned and bred in Illinois by co-owners and breeders Charles Ritter and Scott Becker. Scott Becker, the victorious trainer, 3-year-old gray gelded son of Galib, the Temple City mare Bell's Temple. The winning time, 6 furlongs, 1:13 and 3, a minute 13.74. Paid $7, $4 for That's $2.40 to show. Exacta $24.30. The trifecta $20.30. 10-cent superfecta 5, 3, 7, 8, $15.82. Race number 2 to sprint 5 1/2 furlongs for fillies and mares 3 years of age and up that have not won 2 races from 2025 to thus far in 2026, or that have never won 4 races in their careers. Scratch number 5, Frosted Eclair, field of 7 in race number 2 in 20 minutes.
Welcome back, everybody. 13 minutes to post for race number 2, a 5.5 furlongs. These are $4,000 conditional claimers. The condition, these are 3-year-olds and upward, the ladies, which have not won 2 races in 25 or 26, or have never won 4 races. Big scratch in the race. 5-horse Frosty Eclair would have been my top selection, is now out. We are readjusting. We are alive in the pick 5, but let's see if we can get through this second leg. Horses down the paddock. Let's take a look. As I said, Frosted Eclair being scratched out is a big one for me, but that goes right to the floor for Play 20 for Jimmy Watkins. This 9-year-old daughter of Galib hasn't gotten to the winner's circle in quite some time. In fact, it hasn't been to the winner's circle since December 16th at Mahoning Valley, and that was in 2024. Good-looking 9-year-old daughter of Galib, actually bred by Cynthia Rush and Jimmy Watkins, the Offspring Farms. And Cynthia, I believe her birthday was yesterday, so happy birthday to Cynthia from everyone here at Excel Entertainment and Fairmount Park. This horse, 3 for 21 in the winner's circle, 9 seconds, 4 thirds. The Brisnet speed numbers make a lot of sense if you play them. And this one has one way to go. Get out there and roll. Javier Diego gets the call. Good speed rider. Horse looks good, just nice and relaxed. The neck cocked forward. I like to see that. It means they're a little bit on the muscle, but not too much to worry about. 7-horse on a counter for the Dennis Hornbostel stables. April Hornbostel and Justin Plasters, the owners of this one, a 6-year-old daughter of Santiva. Unlucky loser back on May 12th while still in the Lori Plasters barn. This horse kind of jumps back and forth to different barns, but this one, tough beat second last time out. It's got some guts. I think there's enough speed in the race that really sets up for him. Going 5.5 furlongs, horse is definitely built like a bullet. And I would think the 6-year-old mare has a big shot here. 3 for 13 with 2 seconds and 3 thirds. The Brisnet speed index numbers not as fast as the horse I talked about earlier in Play 20, but style-wise makes sense in this race. The actual betting favorite, that'll be the 8-horse coming into play. With that big scratch, I almost put this horse in the pick 5 and probably going to ask for it when it ends up winning. That is Bethy, 8-year-old Gradar for trainer Frank Randazzo. Randazzo looking for his second winner of the meet. This is a horse who likes to come in second and third a lot. They do have 2 wins from the distance, 2 seconds and 5 thirds. The numbers, they're okay. Lifetime, 5 for 44 in the winner's circle with 5 seconds and 13 thirds. Just a little under $92,000 in earnings. That win at the distance, one of them came right here at Fairmount Park. You'd have to go back to September of last year against what could be argued as a very similar condition. I love the coloring on this thing. Big old white 8-year-old daughter of Gradar. So I mentioned before these mares, and there's a lot of them in the race that are a little, older. They start getting into 7, 8, 9 years old. One thing I've known about the mares, they don't just gradually decide they don't want to run anymore. They just kind of go, yeah, I'm done. And at that point, you just got to move on. They usually want to be a mommy at that point. But this one, very competitive. Currently 4 thirds in a row. So this is a horse that probably will get first jump on the early pace setters if they do each other in. But that's the big if in this situation. If you look at the board is telling you this is an absolutely wide open event. With the 5, Frosted Eclair out, it's anybody's guess. But we're going to go 4, 7, 8. We're using the 4 and 7 in the second leg of our pick 5. The 4, Play 20. Hopefully the speed of the speed in race number 2. Good luck.
Race number two, $4,000 filly and mare claimers, non-winners of 2 races from last year to this year, or that have never won 4 in their career. Scratch out number 5, Frosted Eclair. Field of 7 await your wagering dollar. Speaking of which, win, play, show, wagering, you have exacta trifecta. Rolling daily doubles, you have the early dollar, pick 4 that starts, coming up with the second. Also, a fresh rolling pick 3 for $1. Post time coming up in just 7 minutes. Coming up Saturday is the last Saratoga edition of the Belmont Stakes. That'll be after our 7-race card on Saturday that starts at 1:30. Hope you can join us. Post time for the second, 4 minutes away. 2-minute warning. Still have 1 extra minute. The mares are headed towards the starting gate. They've reached the gate. Post time. Blaze Beauty, play 20, situated in the inside stall. Betty's Secret, just at midnight. Rock the Birdhouse, Anna Counta, and then Bethy on the outside. They're in the gate. Flag is up. And they're off. Good start for all. Inside, play 20. Gets to where she wants to be, and that's up the front with Rock the Birdhouse forwardly placed in second. Third is Betty's Secret. On the outside, fourth. On hold is Anna Counta, who now takes over third. On the far outside is Bethy, being passed right in between by Just at Midnight, who had to back off the throttle. And then back we have Blaze Beauty. On the front, around the turn they go, it's play 20. Out by 2.5 or 3. Bethy is in chase mode, so it's a gray exacta past the 550 mark. Back is Rock the Birdhouse in third. On the move is Anna Counta, who is rolling around runners. Action late for Blaze Beauty, who takes over fifth from the inside. Betty's Secret, and trailing is Just at Midnight. Not much between plate 20 and Bethy. Bethy goes right by, and here's Anna Counta. Anna Counta gaining on the outside. It's Bethy. Anna Counta late for Blaze Beauty. It's Bethy to score. The grand old dame scores by a length and a half. Anna Counta second. Then it was Rock the Birdhouse third, and Blaze Beauty. Now entering the winner's enclosure, winner of today's second race, number 8, Bethy and jockey Javier Tavares. Owned by Ricky Adams. Trained by Frank Randazzo Jr., Bethy is a gray roan 8-year-old daughter of Graydar out of the Tactical Cat mare, Natalcat. Bred in Kentucky by Silverton Hill Farm, LLC. The winning time, 5 1/2 furlongs, a minute 6 3/5 of a second, 106.76. The 5 was scratched. Bethy at even money paid $4, $2.60, and $2.10. The trifecta, we'll get to those payoffs in just a little bit as I jump the gun. The early double, about $8, 10-cent superfecta, $4.35. The exacta, 8 with 7, $5.20. Trifecta, $11.80. Congratulations to the connections of Bethy. Her 6th lifetime win out of 45 lifetime starts. First win at the distance. Third race coming up. A non-published workout on the 3 Jake's Trouble available on your monitors. And mark first-time Lasix for number 6. Kick the ATM in the upcoming third race. $5,000 maiden claimers at 5 1/2 furlongs. That's next in 19 minutes.
Welcome back, everybody. Race number 3 coming up, 5.5 furlongs the distance. This is a maiden claiming 5,000 for the boys, 3-year-olds and upward. As far as that race was concerned, in race number 2, yeah, I should have listened to myself. That Frank Randazzo horse with that big scratch in the race, it really kind of played into their hands, and they were able to get the victory quite easily, knocking us out of the pick 5. But for those of you still alive, good for you. It's time to turn the page. Got a pick 3 starting out here at $1, and let's go take a closer look at the runners. Bringing up the rear is our top selection in the race. That is the 4-horse Free Choice. 4 to 5 on the line, 3 to 2. I'm sure this is one's going to go down lower before it's all said and done. Now, this is not a guarantee. This is an 0 for 13 3-year-old son of Free Drop Billy, Grandsire Union Rags. 0 for 3 at the distance. However, the reason why I think the horse is getting played the way they are, they've had 3 tries at 5.5 furlongs. They've never been off the board. 2 seconds and a third. And when you're dealing with the maiden claimant types, you come in second or third, guess what? In this case, second the last 2 races. You don't have to face that winner again, at least at this point. So it might just, in fact, be their turn for the win. Alexander Bendesu for Ralph Martinez. I mentioned Martinez's barn starting to heat up a little bit. This will be the 3rd time coming in on the barn, and I think it makes a lot of sense. But again, it's a maiden claimant 5. A lot of things can go amiss here. Throw our attention to the horse right in front of you, or was in front of you. Now it's going to be coming over, and that's the 1 Young Mischief. One of 2 I think you're going to use in this dollar pick 3. In fact, I did. Rainer Arietta for the Eddie Essenpriest stable, 6-year-old gelded son of Into Mischief. So they've had plenty of chances. 0 for 22 with a 4 seconds and 5 thirds. For a 3-year-old, or actually for a 6-year-old, that's about the number you would be expecting. So you start wondering if they're going to get ever a victory. The Brisnet Speed Index numbers puts them right in the hunt. Seems to get pieces a lot, but they'd have to probably go back to that race in September last year. Unlucky loser, but they got involved early, and they fought the whole way around. Whether or not they're fast enough, I tend to say they probably are, because, well, we're just not dealing with a lot of speed in this race. The horse is probably the speed in the race is the 7-horse, Hunt's Promise. Hunt's Promise comes off of 4 lifetime starts all this year, all on synthetic over Turfway Park. Used to be in the John Hancock barn, now goes to Dwayne Wells. Brooke Bays climbs aboard, the 7-pound apprentice. I believe this is her debut here at Fairmount Park, so good luck to Brooke. She has 4 races under her belt. So could be a good situation for her. There she is, in fact. Or I should say, there he is. He's a 3-year-old son of Midnight Storm, the grandsire Pioneer of the Nile, the dam sire Roman ruler. So there's some good lineage in there. Unfortunately, they don't always play out that way. And obviously this horse in for the maiden claiming 5. They've been at this effort. Maiden claiming 7,500. They're all about the same. The works have been at Turfway, Keeneland, May 2nd, and May 28th they went to DuQuoin. So a lot of question marks here. Not really sure what to do. One thing I will say, chances are Brooke Bays is going to get this horse out and rolling, because there really isn't any speed in the race. And if you can get this horse out, hey, there's always a puncher's chance at 12 to 1. Running out our top 4, we're going to look at a first-time starter, and that's the horse right in front of you there. That is Red Eye Jimmy for Don Martin. The works are okay. Not really sure what to do with this one. The barn, Don Martin, still looking for their first winner with limited starters, but they've been knocking on the door. 7% with their first-timers. So it's really kind of a big question mark, but they're getting some action. 8 to 1 on the morning line, 5 to 1 currently. So 4, 1, 7, 8 selections for yours truly. I'm out of the pick five, so I just started a pick three here. We're going to go with the one and four, but I'm going to put the four like everybody else. Free choice. Hopefully, a bingo square for a lot of you. Good luck.
Field of eight $5,000 maiden claimers to sprint 5 1/2 furlongs for our third race. Wagering menu, another rolling pick three, another rolling double. You have superfecta, trifecta, exacta, win, place, and show wagering. Post time 7 minutes. You have 4 minutes. Still have over 1 minute. Third race field, $5,000 maiden claimers at 5 1/2 furlongs headed to the starting gate. Runners starting to load in now for race 3. Two left to load. Waiting on Free Choice and Red Eye Jimmy. Another excellent Tuesday crowd. Enjoying the 82-degree temperature and light breezes. Red-Eye Jimmy about to be persuaded in, and they're off. Tough beginning for Free Choice, who's out the back. Out very well is Red-Eye Jimmy and Hunt's Promise. These two out, and there goes I Got the Moves up into second. It's Jake's Trouble, who's now back in third in the all-yellow. Young Mischief tries it for the 23rd time up into third and has a little rail open and goes from fourth to part of the leadership behind Hunt's Promise. These two right together. Next comes I Got the Moves in third. Fourth, all the way up and used for pace is Free Choice, who's gaining ever so slightly. Well back are Kick the ATM. On that one's inside is Premier. Next comes Red-Eye Jimmy after a promising start, and Jake's Trouble finding nothing but that. 2 by 2 they go into the straight run. It is Young Mischief trying the rail run. Hunt's Promise with the Bug Girl trying ever so hard is back in second. Here comes I Got the Moves. I Got the Moves is rolling down the center of the course. I Got the Moves winning like a 4-5 favorite at 10-1. Young Mischief second. A very difficult third for Free Choice. And then it was Hunt's Promise for fourth. Two, 1, 4, 7, unofficially 2, 1, 4, 7 in race 3. 10-1 over 6-1, over 3-5 favoritism, over 9-2 in fourth. Welcome to the winner's enclosure for the first time. Number 2, I Got the Moves, and jockey Manuel Giles. Owned and trained by Anthony Blay III. I Got the Moves is a 4-year-old chestnut gelded son of Clearly Now out of the Arch mare, Arch Baby, bred on the bluegrass of Kentucky by Sam Savim. The winning time, 1:06 and 4/5 of a second, 1:06.96 seconds. Paid $22 to win, $8.40 to place, $3 to show. Young Mischief, $8.40 and $3. Free Choice as your favorite, $2.10. The exacta, $42.50. 50-cent trifecta. The early pick 3, $58.40. More donations to Thoroughbred Aftercare from the connections of the Blaze. The exact again, $42.50, trifecta, $35.45, $22.80 on the race 2 and 3 double, 10-cent superfecta. Good luck with that. 10-1 as your winner was claimed for $5,000 from race number 3. The new barn for I Got the Moves will be Terry Burdess barn for new owner Carmelo Mendoza. Post time coming up for the fourth race is in 19 minutes. Get to it. The docket looks like this for race number 4. No changes to the program. A field of 7 3-year-olds and up that have not won 2 races in their careers. $5,000 claimers are next at 6 furlongs.
Price came up on that one for those who are still alive in your Pick 5 ticket. Now it's gotten very, very interesting. A little rough for yours truly, but we will try to recoup in our upcoming fourth. 6 furlongs, the distance. These are 5,000 non-winners of 2 lifetimes, starting out with a $1 Pick 3. These are 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races, hence the non-winners of 2. Horses are down in the paddock. Let's take a closer look at the runners. Looking at the 6 south of Birmingham, no surprise here. 8-5 favorite here. Javier Tavares for Bend Along. This is a horse who always seems to give a good effort, going back to May of last year, with a win and 4 seconds. So yeah, this is a horse who likes to come in second a lot. So if it gets bet down, and to me, for a betting standpoint, if it goes past the 8-5 and starts going down lower, it's probably a no bet for me. But I think this horse will probably be forwardly placed. Today, so far, getting on that early lead has not been where you want it to be. But this is another one of those races where we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 horses that could potentially go to the lead, but not sure if any of them will. So we'll just have to see how that one plays out. South of Birmingham is a 5-year-old son of Tail of Verve. 0 for 6 at the distance, but as I mentioned, a lot of those seconds, 3 of the 6 have been the runner-up in this race. Turn our attention right to the outside. Heaven's Hound. Tammy Hornsby sending this one out. Tammy picked up her second winner over the weekend, or I should say last week. That is good news for them. This horse coming in from Oaklawn Park was an easy winner versus maiden claiming 5,000. And now it's got to face winners for the first time. But she's being very realistic with this horse. Put rights in for the 5,000 non-winners of 2. This 3-year-old son of Jonesboro. Draws the outside, gets the hurry. Numbers-wise, only tried the distance once, and that didn't work out. But again, this 3-year-old Jonesboro's only got 4 races under the belt, so that's not that much of a concern. Turn our attention to the rail. The one horse is Gibran, guessing on that one. Ralph Martinez and his partner Paul Martin sending out this 5-year-old full horse, son of Noble Mission. Tough to make the case on the last 3 races we've seen, but to be fair, this horse has been racing for the most part on the turf. Of the 11 starts, 8 of them have been on the grass. And it should have been 10, but 2 of them ended up on races that were taken off the grass. Been racing in Keeneland, racing over in Indiana, Ohio, Churchill and Turfway, and then last time out they tried May 16th at 10,000 non-winners of 2. They were tight early in the race, and they just kind of lost all chance at that point. This 5-year-old son of Noble Mission, the family of Galileo. Not sure what to do with this one. You can see Ralph over there, looking pretty stoic at this point. Draws the rail trip. They've tried the speed before, while in the Rodina Barrett barn. Of course, that was on the grass, and they just were not able to sustain it. So we'll see how that plays itself out. 3 horse rounding out the group is Come On Lady for Ben DeLong. Decent 4th last time out, but again, here's a horse, has not won a race since at least 2024. 0 for 7 here at Fairmount Park. 0 for 9 with 5/3 over at the distance of 5.5 furlongs. But the positive side is they might be the early pace setter. The downside is pace has not exactly been where you've wanted to be at this point. So we've got double, exacta, try, and the start of another rolling $1 pick 3 coming into play here. 6-7-1-3, trying to get ourselves back up on the beam. South of Birmingham, currently the 8-5 favorite. Good luck.
3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 2 races, 5,000 the claiming price, going 6 furlongs for the 7 runners. Rolling daily doubles, you have rolling pick threes, 10-cent supers, you have 50-cent tries, dollar exactas. Win, play, show. Something for everyone if you're of proper betting age. Post time 7 minutes. Four minutes. Wagering windows for race number 4 still open. Proceed. Less than 1 minute. They're still circling just about 100 yards from the starting gate at 6 furlongs. Field of 7 now headed to the starting gate for the running of the 4th race. 1 minute. Runners loading in. Gibran first up. Tigersaurus Rex. Now get me 1-2. Moving up his sneaky feet. The lone mare in here with the boys. Come on, lady. South of Birmingham. Heaven's Hound completes the field. Leaping is Tigersaurus Rex, and she is hung over on the 3 sides, so we're going to have a delay here. So we'll see if they're not going to hold things up. I'm thinking the 4 and 3 are going to be back, but we'll see. Yeah, 4 is being backed out. And the 3, come on, lady, is going to be backed out as well. Veterinarians will check out the 3 and 4, and we'll get back to you. Okay, 3, come on, lady, moves back in. Jockey back aboard Tigersaurus Rex, so they all pass fit. They're back in the gate, ready for the 4th. And they're off. Good even dispatch. Tigersaurus Rex with the front. Gibran's going to swoop underneath, and right between is the mare. Come on, lady, for a bit of a piece in second. Back in 4th and 5th. Sneaky feet. towards the inside fence. Heaven's Hound is wider, and then the last two down the backstretch. Get Me One Two is passed by South of Birmingham. They all spread out past the half-mile pole. Gibran out by a length and a quarter from Come On Lady in second. Running third is Tigersaurus Rex under a drive. Then a break of 4.5 or 5. Back to the duo of Sneaky Feet and Heaven's Hound. And making it 3 abreast far back is South of Birmingham. On the lead throughout has been Gibran for Ralph Martinez. Here comes Come On Lady, and under right-handed urging is Tigersaurus Rex. Out of the breach comes South of Birmingham into fourth. They're into the stretch run, into the final furlong. Gibran has built up a 4-length lead. It doesn't look like they're going to catch Gibran. Here's South of Birmingham. One last desperate gasp. Gibran at 7-1. South of Birmingham completes the exacta. Then Heaven's Hound was third, and Tigersaurus Rex fourth. Race number 4 has gone official. What was that, Mrs. M? 3 strikes and you're out. Into the winner's circle steps number 1, Gibran, and Alexander Bendezu with a riding double. Co-owned by Ralph Martinez and Paul E. Martin. Ralph Martinez is the trainer of this 5-year-old son of Noble Mission. Out of the Smoke Glacken mare, I've Got Grace, bred in Kentucky by Chrysalis Stables, LLC. On odds 7-1, paid $16.20 for $64. Heavily backed number 6, South of Birmingham, $240 and $210. And the 7, Heaven's Hound, $420 to show. Pick 3 for races 2, 3, and 4, $268.80. The dollar exacta for the 4th race, $20.90. Trifecta, $75.50. 10-cent superfecta, $35.35. All 7 ran in the 4th race. Coming up in race number 5, it starts the dollar late pick 4. There are no changes to the upcoming 5th race. Other changes in the pick four sequence look as follows. In the sixth race, scratch the 2, Call Me Drossel. More money for Thoroughbred Aftercare. In the seventh race, scratch the 5, T-Law, and the 11, Cravensworth. And the eighth and last today, scratch the 1, Chasing Seattle, the 11, Richie's Golden Girl, and the 12, Joyzella. The 7, Show Domina, is 2 pounds overweight.
Optional claiming 20,000 non-orders for a lifetime. More importantly, these are Illinois bred. So that great $40,050 purse is in effect to kick off the late pick four. Welcome back, everybody. Hey, for those of you who are still alive in your pick fours and your pick fives, man, the prices are bringing what could be a really sizable payoff. So good luck to all of you here. This is 6 furlongs, and these are registered Illinois 3-year-olds and upward. We've never won 4 races or the optional claiming tag of 20,000 for horses who have never won 4 races. The horse down the paddock. Again, let's take a look at the runners. We're seeing it the same way here, at least on the top end. I'm looking at the 4 here, Hand Over My Heart. Currently the second choice at 2-1 for Eddie Essenpries. Adama Santos aboard. He's been a little quiet this afternoon, but there have been some big prices. It's not a bad one. 9 for 18 hitting the board. Brisnet's speed numbers comparable with the top. This horse had been a runner-up in the previous 2 races. The last time this horse won was July 1st last year. Santos was aboard and was basically just get out and roll. So we'll see if that's the tactic for this afternoon. The 2 horse is Westland for John Wainwright. Another one. 7 of the 16 starts at the distance have hit the board. 2 of the 16 in the winner's circle. Possesses one of the top Brisnet speed numbers here for this group. This is one that's probably going to need some help up front. Searching around. We are searching, and there they are. Not a bad looking horse. Looks kind of relaxed. Came over with the blinkers on already. If this was a young horse, I'd say, ooh, a little concerned. But the 6-year-old gelded son of More Spirit, whose pop was Escandarea, there's a name from the past. 3 for 34 lifetime. Doesn't win a ton of races, but this might be a good spot for them. It's warm afternoons, so if there's a little bit of perspiration, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Right behind them is the 3 horse, and that's Adios Kid for Ben DeLong. Javier Tavares looking for another winner on today's card. He was a back-to-back winner last September and October. Tavares was aboard that day. Last time out, second time, the charm was well met in both races. Was a step slow coming out of the gate. The one thing we've learned about today is anybody gets left, they don't make up enough ground to get the win. They might be second and third. We've had a lot of seconds and thirds this afternoon, but you know what? Sometimes you just have to ride the storm out, so to speak. 5 horse will be Fast Cross Traffic for Lori Plasters, a 7-year-old cross traffic. Grandsire Unbridled Song. Stephen Got Even, the sire of the dam, Fast Alice. Another one, 2 for 20. Seems a little on the muscle right now, but they're being smart and just getting this horse tacked up as quickly as possible. As far as being here at the racetrack, Fairmount Park, 1 for 6 in the winner's circle, but it's kind of been an all or nothing. That win came out last time out against a very similar condition. That was the non-winners of 3, moving up to the non-winners of 4, so they're protected. They don't have to bring it in for any kind of a price. And this is a horse who, if Hand Over My Heart, for whatever reason, was not able to make the lead, this is probably the one who's most likely to roll up on the group. This is not an easy field. I can tell you that right now. Everybody in this race potentially can win. And if you look at the board, the longest shot on the board is 8-1. That gives you an idea from the player's standpoint. We both like the 4 on top, Hand Over My Heart, but as far as the pick 4s and pick 5s are concerned, it's going to change. There's a lot of things. I'm using the 2 and the 4, Westland and Hand Over My Heart, but the way the day is going, we shall see. Horses are getting ready to come out on the track. We're sitting on about 9 minutes to post to the start of the late pick 4. Good luck.
This is the race number 5 Long Shots Race of the Day. Illinois bred or foaled thoroughbreds that have not won 4 $20,000 optional claiming race for the field of 6 with no changes to the program. Post time in 6 minutes. Four minutes. Late pick 4, just over a minute. Still have an extra minute. The only early pick 4 payoff will be to the 6. Others pay 3 of 4. Looks like they're getting into line to head to the gate. 6 furlongs. Race number 5 coming up. Okay, loading in for the 5th. Grey Hop, Hand Over My Heart. Moving in is Wesleyan. Fast Cross Traffic. Adios Kid next. And Tahoe Run. They're in the gate. Flag is up. And they're off. Slow and to stride was Adios Kid. Out very well to the front is Wesleyan, flashing early pace, splitting his hand over my heart. Then fast cross traffic makes it 3 in a row. Busting through the middle is Hand Over My Heart and fast cross traffic with joint leadership. On the move is your favorite Tahoe Run, who's breezing up on the outside of Wesleyan. And the last two, Adios Kid and Greyhop, the late runner, trails by 6.5. Head cocked to the outside fence. That's Hand Over My Heart, out by a 3/4 length margin from fast cross traffic in second. Back in third and fourth, Tahoe Run on the top side of Wesleyan. Peeling out from the inside fence is Adios Kid with a belated run, and Greyhop is about 8 lengths tardy as they go into the straight run. Hand Over My Heart has put 2 lengths on fast cross traffic. Outside is Tahoe Run. They're both under a stern drive. Under right-hand urging is Hand Over My Heart. Wrong lead, doesn't matter. Hand Over My Heart going to score it 5-2. Out of last to be in a picture for second was Greyhop alongside Tahoe Run. Wesleyan faded to fourth. Four, Hand Over My Heart first. 6, Tahoe Run second. Greyhop, number 1, was third, and the 2, Wesleyan, was fourth. Race 5 now official. The exact is $7.50. Trifecta, $31.30. Into the winner's circle steps winner of the 5th race, number 4, Hand Over My Heart, and jockey Adamar Santos. Owned and bred in Illinois by Shelley S. and Price. Trained by Eddie S. and Price, Hand Over My Heart is a 5-year-old gelded son of Heart to Heart. A fine show. Out of the Home at Last mare, Halo at Last. Congratulations to the winning connections. Here are your payoffs. The pick 5, $1,796.50. The pick 4 pays 2 of 4. That's consolation. And 3 of 4 pays $25.40. Superfecta, $10.84. Pick 3, we'll get back to it. Mid-card double races 4 and 5, one with 4, $27.40. Trifecta, $31.30. The pick five again for 50 cents, $1,796.50. Pick three for races 3, 4, and 5, just shy of 260 bones. Sixth race, scratch out number 2, Call Me Drossel, field of 6 at 5 1/2 furlongs next. Post time for that is in 18 minutes.
Five and a half furlongs the distance. These are 62.50 non-winners of 5 lifetime. That, my friends, is a condition. Welcome back, 13 minutes to post for race number 6. Well, looking back to the last race, we couldn't go for the whole day. We finally got our top pick to the winner's circle. So we are alive as well for the pick 4. Hopefully those of you who got paid off in that early pick 5, it looked like it paid quite well. We got a scratch in the race. Call Me Drossel will not go this afternoon. Brings us down to a field of 6. Let's take a look at the runners. Outside horse Spanish de Bloom, taking their time coming out. Several horses have taken their time coming out. This one for the Jimmy Watkins barn. Speed is the name for this one. Now, Speed has not been the friend for most this afternoon, but I think this one's interesting. 6-year-old Malibu Moon. As you know, the Malibu Moons can basically do anything. He's tried the distance of 5.5 furlongs 3 times, 2 winners and a second. If you believe in the Brisnet Speed Index numbers, and as you know, I do believe top of the Delta Pledge class. So this horse has got the top number. I'm believing this is the way to go. I didn't think we'd get 9-2 on the morning line, and we're not. Currently 9-5. The scratch of Call Me Drossel, it didn't affect it. 20-1 on the morning line, so I don't think that was the issue. I think this horse probably will go off as favorite, but that remains to be seen as we've got plenty of time. The horse is coming over now. Was originally an OBS 2022 purchase, $175,000. Horse looks good, nice and relaxed, coming over with the blinkers on. Again, young horses, more of a concern for me than anything. This is a 6-year-old gelding with 28 races under the belt, so they've just learned that you want to keep this one nice and relaxed, and that's probably the way to go. 3 horses, Purple Octopus, who thought might be the betting favorite, and right now is a second choice at 5-2. When it's all said and done, could be the actual favorite here. For trainer Harry Lynch, Lynch having himself a solid meet. Right now on or around the 15% with his Florida-bred 5-year-old son of Adios Charlie. A winner from 6 lifetime starts with 3 seconds. The numbers right behind Spanish de Bloom as far as the Brisnet Speed Index numbers. Breeding says the 5.5 furlong with Indian Charlie as the grandsire tells you that this horse should absolutely love the 5.5, and they've demonstrated they're okay with it. 2 for 13 on this surface in the winner's circle. 7 of the 13 hitting the board. So the numbers have been right there as far as Fairmount Park. Showed up on April 3rd with a 3 furlong 37-1, which was the best that morning. Has not worked since then, but I'm not surprised. This horse basically races into shape, and that is what they are doing. Move our attention to the 4, Excellent Empire for Marvell Straub. Comes off a win and was claimed last time out off a barn, May 16th. Comes back at this race, moves up from the 4,000 conditional to a 62.50 non-winners of 5, so that makes sense. Adamir Santos gets the call, looking for, hopefully, another victory on the day. Santos aboard the winner of the last race. Surprised we got 5-2. I thought that was a solid price from a horse that I thought would go odds on. This one is probably going to hope for little speed, and there is plenty of speed in the race. Even with the scratch of Call Me Drossel, the 1, the 5, and the 7 all should be participating on that front end. If that is the case, then, well, you understand. The 6 horse, another Marvell Straub, Lake of Fire, came out of a non-winners of 3 last time out on a victory. Corey Orm stays aboard. This horse was spending early part of the year and the summer between Oaklawn Park and Canterbury up in Minnesota. Definitely one to consider if you're playing the late pick 3. 3 for 6 at the distance of 5.5 furlongs in the winner's circle. The numbers, though, to me, and this is just my opinion, don't match up with some of the top picks in the race. But as we saw in our early pick 5, horses like this would definitely entice the group. Longest shot on the board at 9-1. But just to reiterate, that gives you the idea of how wide open a group we have here. We have the top four horses all separated by about a point and a half. So that kind of gives you the idea that the bettors are not ready to hand it over to anybody at this point. And as I mentioned, I didn't think we'd be favored. Well, Spanish Doubloon is now 2-1 as the favoritism, but that could definitely change before they get out on the track. So, 7-3-4-6, final pick three of the afternoon, a $1 pick three, the late pick four in effect. Horses getting ready to come out on the track. Good luck.
Claiming price $6,250 for these 3-year-olds and up that have never won 5 races in their careers. They sprint 5½ furlongs. Scratch number 2 from the 6th race. After the 6th, we'll be introducing you to this week's Clean Barn Award recipient, courtesy of the HBPA. The Dollar Late Pick 3 with race number 6 commences in 2 minutes. Still have 1 minute. The horses are approaching the starting gate. Runners loading in for the 6th. Granddaddy Longlegs on the board, 7-2, steps up. Pontus is next. Purple Octopus. Lake of Fire. Excellent Empire. Last in, Spanish Doubloon. They're in the gate. Flag is up. they're off. Slow into stride was Pontus. Out very well from the outside, Spanish to Bloom in the bookend. Granddaddy Longlegs is second. Third is Purple Octopus. Fourth is Excellent Empire, just 3.5 from the front. Well back to Lake of Fire and well back there to Pontus, who needs to dial 9 to get to the front. They go down the back stretch. It's Spanish Doubloon out by 2 1/4 from Granddaddy Longlegs second. Excellent Empire on the move in third. Well back to Purple Octopus, who is not into it today and is fading well off the pace. A very speedy leader, Spanish Doubloon, is going back to the field now with just about 350 yards to go. It's Spanish Doubloon is surrounded by Excellent Empire wider, and they bump right together. And on the inside, Granddaddy Longlegs from far back. Here comes Pontus on the scene. Deep stretch, Excellent Empire is going to score handily. Excellent Empire at 5-2. Wheels off about a 3.5 length lead from Pontus, who came from 15 lengths out of it to snag a piece for second. Excellent Empire, back-to-back wins. That's the third win for Excellent Empire this meeting thus far. Long shot Pontus from far back to get second at 19-1. Spanish Doubloon went off as the favorite at third, and number 1 Granddaddy Longlegs completes the super. We'll have multiple claims placed for runners out of this 6th race. So we'll do that here in just a little bit after the Clean Barn Award. Race number 6 has gone official. Please welcome back to the winner's enclosure for the third time this meet, number 4, Excellent Empire and jockey Ademar Santos with back-to-back wins. Owned by John Cox, trained by Marvel Straub. Excellent Empire's 4-year-old gelded son of Bravazzo. Out of the Empire Maker mare, Colonial Empress, bred in Kentucky by Castle Oak. The winning time, very good. 1:05 4/5 of a second got it done. 105.86, the exact of 45.40. 50-cent try, $106.85. Pick 3 for races 4, 5, and 6, $190 for the 1, 4, and 4 for $1. Others in here. 10-cent superfecta, $71.74. Mid-card double, races 5 and 6, 4 with 4, $20.80. Now that's ringing of the bell for Thoroughbred Aftercare donations. Thank you. Number 2 was scratched from the 6th race, 4, 5, 7, and 1. Coming up, Clean Barn Award in the winner's circle. Down we go into the winner's enclosure. The Clean Barn Award this week goes to Mr. Ben DeLong, courtesy of the HBPA, the executive assistant, Megan Brown, and our college intern here at the track, Cooper Isaac, in the winner's circle. Thank you, Ben. Coming up, race number 7 starts the late daily double. Scratch the 5 T-Law and the 11 Cravensworth from the 7th race. And the 8th and final, you want to put together a ticket. In the 8th and final, scratch the 1 Chasing Seattle and the 2 outside runners, the 11 Richie's Golden Girl and Joy Zella. 2 pounds over on the 7, Show Domina in the 8th. Post time for the 7th, 18 minutes. Claims from our 6th race. From the 6th race, Spanish Doubloon was claimed for $6,250 by Michael Kisner. New trainer will be Ralph Martinez. Excellent Empire was claimed by new owner John Dant for new trainer Ralph Martinez. And Purple Octopus was claimed out of the 6th race by new owner trainer Harold Mosier.
Welcome back, everybody. 13 minutes to post, race number 7 for all of you watching around the country, especially our new friends watching on the Fairmount Park YouTube channel on YouTube Live. We're getting a lot of good buzz about that, and we appreciate you checking in on us. We're looking at a 6 furlongs, 5,000 non-winners of 3 lifetime here to kick off the late daily double. It is a $1 wager, but for whatever you want to wager, I say go bigger. That's just me. I'm a different breed of cat. Horses down in the paddock. Let's take a closer look. Two scratches to remember in the race. The 5 horse, and it's a big one, T-Law, is out of the race. Same can be said for the 11, Cravensworth, on the outs. So the 5 and 11 will not go. Brings us down to a field of 5. Top for myself, and Keith and I are differing here. I'm going to go with the 6, Warrior of Gold, for Jimmy Watkins. Jimmy's had a lot of horses make the lead and just not being able to sustain it for the win. So I'm hoping this race will be a little different. 4-year-old gelded son of Dialed In, a winner and a second in 4 lifetime tries at the distance of 6 furlongs. This horse made the lead last time out and unfortunately was not able to sustain it. However, in the last 4 races, a winner and 3 seconds. So the horse is doing the right thing. Second try since coming in from Mountaineer. November and December they were there, and of course on April 21st they came back with. I thought it was a very good race. Don't remember, I mean, I do remember, but I do want to mention to you, even though the horse was second best, I remember this race. The original winner came out so much on several bumps that they ended up disqualifying, playing second. So they got the win by way of disqualification. But I like to copy on the fact that the horse was second, was well beat 3, but was 3 in front of the 3rd horse. So I like the horse in this situation. I think absolutely can come back for the win. Worked on May 23rd, a 3 furlong 36. Best of 7, so I like what I'm seeing there. Move our attention to the 2 horse, Merlotti, for John Wainwright. Came off the pace, looked like they made a winning move last time out, coming off those 4 races on the synthetic at Turfway Park earlier in the year, but was second best. Julio Felix stays aboard for John Wainwright, who's looking for his 3rd winner at the meet. This horse is a 1 for 8 in the winner's circle at the distance of 6 furlongs. Kind of a feast or famine type with this one. They either win or they're nowhere to be found, at least at this distance. 2 for 24 on the fast going. 0 for 5 this year so far. Has had 1 win in the last 3 years. So need to take close attention to that one. Could be in the right spot, but breeding-wise, I mean, Bernardini, AP Indy, I tend to say this horse is probably better suited going 2 turns. They've tried it several times and just haven't had the results that you would want to keep the horse going 2 turns. So we shall see, but we shall see. Turn our attention to the 3rd selection for myself. That's the 1 Heartbreak Game. Harry Lynch and the Lynch Racing Stables. This is another one. Has not won since September of last year, and that was going 2 turns. This one's a Candy Ride, grand sire of Game Winner, and of course the dam sire was Giant's Causeway. This is a New York bred, so you tend to think the longer the better for this one. Was a bargain $1,000 purchase at Fasig-Tipton in 2023. So 6, 2, 1 is how I see this race. Late daily double. I believe we are using the 5 and the 6. Well, actually not the 5 anymore. Singling the 6 in this late pick 4, and hopefully we can get the money. Horse will be coming out on the track shortly. 9 minutes to post. Race number 7 for the final daily double of the Tuesday card. Good luck.
The distance 6 furlongs for race number 7, $5,000 claimers that have never won 3 races. Scratch number 5, T-Law, and number 11, Cravensworth. Post time for the 7th race is in 6 minutes. Still have at least 1 minute. Field of 9 headed towards the starting gate for the running of the 7th. 1 minute. Field loading in for the 7th. Heartbreak Game, Merlotti and Hobbs are all in. Middle out. Warrior of Gold, Pete's Legacy after my brother. Moving up, two-step Jake. Quality Storm is in, and we welcome trainer and former rider Mark Anderson in with the 10. Stunning Bruno in here. I believe I have Mark in a win photo from Portland Meadows. Just about up. All in. Flag is up. And they're off. Perfect dispatch. Good speed in the center for Warrior of Gold, shows the way. Outside, Stunning Bruno was second, gives way to Quality Storm, who now takes the runner-up position. Up there with a nose up into the business of the front runners. After My Brother is now sticking around to fourth. Fifth along the fence early is Hobbs. Next from the inside out is Heartbreak Game. Santos looking for his third. Way back we have in the purple, Pete's Legacy has two of them beaten. Late running Merlotti and nothing early for two-step Jake, who has to make up about 15 lengths. On the front, it's Warrior of Gold almost by 2. After My Brother is in challenge mode second. Quality Storm is third. Trying to get back into it fourth is Stunning Bruno. Fifth, no change there. It's Hobbs along the fence. They're into the turn and out of the turn into the stretch run. And it's Warrior of Gold bet down to 3-1, out by 3 lengths from After My Brother in second. Quality Storm is third. Watkins to the winner's circle. Warrior of Gold drifting out a bit will win by 4.5. After My Brother second, Quality Storm, the oncoming Heartbreak Game, and then late Pete's Legacy. 3 to 1, over 9 to 1, over 7 to 1, over 7 to 1. Race number 7 is now official. Warrior of Gold, $8, $5.40, $4. The 8 after my brother, $8.40 and $5.80. The 4, Quality Storm, paid $6.20. Into the winner's circle steps number 6, Warrior of Gold, an apprentice rider, Johannes Arangren. Co-owned by trainer Jimmy Watkins, Martin and Brock Stein. Warrior of Gold is a 4-year-old gelded son of Dialed In out of the Bernstein mare Gold Celebrity. Bred in Kentucky by Caveman Stables. 2 scratches from the 7th, number 5 and the 11. $0.10 superfecta, $115.57. The trifecta, $122.20. Pick 3 for races 5, 6, and 7, $97.80 for the 4, 4, 6 in races 5, 6, and 7. The exacta, $32.80. Daily double for races 6 and 7, 4 with 6, $26.30. Eighth and final race, scratch number 1, Chasing Seattle, number 11, Richie's Golden Girl, and number 12, Joyzella. The 7 is 2 pounds over. Post time for the 8th and last, 19 minutes.
Welcome back, everybody. 15 minutes to post for the 8th and final on our Tuesday card. Reminder on Saturday, 7-race card, 1:30 post, and we encourage you to come on out and join us. If not, watch us wherever you can, but a lot of people have been catching on to the Fairmount Park YouTube channel on YouTube Live. We encourage you to check it out. I already have. It's pretty cool. We got 3 scratches in this original field of 12. The 1 chasing Seattle is out. The 11 Richie's Golden Girl, which I thought was a big shot this afternoon, and Joyzella. So the 1, 11, and 12 are out. Brings us down to a field of 9. All the money is going on to Motown Renee. Back-to-back singles in the pick 4 for me. Hopefully we can get the money. Let's take a closer look. Couldn't ask for a better debut at Collinsville for the 10-horse Motown Renee. This 3-year-old daughter of Motown, who the grandsire, Uncle Mo, from the Creative Cause mare Shelby Renee. This one bred by Renee Catalano, so it's all in the family with this one. Never gone the distance of 6 furlongs before. Tried the grass. The debut wasn't bad back in December over at Fairgrounds. Tried the mud, no good, and then tried the grass again down at Fairgrounds for a maiden optional 50, and just did not like it one bit. So the horse is brought up here, May 5th, absolutely destroys an Illini bred maiden special weight by 12 lengths on a fast track. So I can understand why the horse is 3 to 5 here. However, like I said, I am singling. Full disclosure, if this horse isn't right first time versus winners, it could be anybody. So if you're looking for multi-race exotics, that might be something to consider. Pull our attention to the 2-horse, and this is a big one. 30 to 1 on the line. I didn't think it would be 30 to 1. This is the indication, though. Got a horse at 3 to 5 taking all this money, and the 2 Passion for Jimmy Watkins, 9 to 1 from that 30 to 1 morning line. I think that is very interesting. Corey Orm aboard here. Watkins looking to go back-to-back on this afternoon's card, and is hiding. We're looking around wondering, where are they hiding? And it looks like, well, it's not them. We'll find the 2. Let's talk about the 4. This is Try for John Wainwright. You want to talk about a check getter? 15 starts, 1 win, hasn't won since at least 2024. With this 4-year-old, that's probably what it is, only a 4-year-old. 0 for 9 at Fairmount Park, 0 for 5 at the distance. However, the 15 starts, 5 seconds and 3/3. They've amassed over 52 grand. So this is a horse, if you do not like on top, you definitely should be using in the exotics. That might be the case with this one. Coming on over, this 4-year-old daughter of Temple City. She looks okay, nice and relaxed. Ears kind of going back and forth. Nothing's bothering her. That's kind of what you want to see. This horse has been protected by John Wainwright, going back to a 5th place finish in 2024 in the debutante. Protecting it, she's been picking up checks, and she's done okay. So, the bills are being paid. She looks like someone who probably, she looks like a horse that probably will be up close. But I think you don't want to be too close with Motown Renee, because if you get too close, then you're just burning yourself up, and we don't want to see that. Now we can check out the 2, Passing Passion, who again, as I mentioned, 30 to 1 on the line, was as low as 7, now is floating back up to 10 to 1. But this is a 5-year-old daughter of Painter. McLean's Music, the sire of the damn Untempo. Bobby Austin, the Illinois breeder. But this is for Clean Living Racing. So good luck to the team. out there. Watkins looking for back-to-back winners here. We're looking for a Jimmy Watkins double. I will say one thing, man. His barn, they're winning at a big number, but also, I mean, they race, and that's to be commended. You know, sometimes you get barns that will come in and, you know, they race one or two a month and that's it. Not Jimmy. He's out there every day practically. He's competing, and that's what you want to see. Horse looks okay, looks a little on the muscle, but I think the groom's doing a good job. You want to keep, when they get like this, you want to keep them moving, because the minute they get sedentary, that's when silly stuff happens. And he's just walking this one back and forth. Very smart. Even though they're in the 2 hole, bringing them over to the 11 spot where there was a horse, but not now. That tells me this is a horse that probably when they're around others in the paddock area, they get a little hyped up. So they're doing a good job there. Just keeping this one out of the way. Corey Orm comes up for the final instructions. And that's how I see it. 10-4-2. The order, at least for yours truly. I'm single in the 10. We singled in the last leg of the pick 4 we just saw. And we're singling in this one. So we may not pay a ton, but you guessed it. We didn't spend a lot of money. So that's going to do it for me. Keith Nelson, our track announcer, will have one more race to call. And we just want to say again, thank you from everyone here at Excel Entertainment for being part of it. And for those of you watching on YouTube Live on the Fairmount Park site, continue to do so if you can't be here. But remember, on Saturday, 7-race card. Want to remind you that regular post 1:30. Looks like it's going to be a warm day, so if you're coming out to the track, you might want to dress accordingly. For everyone here at Excel Entertainment, good luck in the nightcap. Have yourself a wonderful night. We'll see you again real soon. Good night.
Illinois bred, $20,000 allowance optional claiming race, non-winners of 2. Scratch the 1, 11, and 12. Wagering menu, win, play, show, exacta, trifecta, super duper fecta. You have 7 minutes. Still have at least 1 minute for all wagers. Field is headed towards the starting gate. Loading in for the 8th and last. Passing Passion is up. Harper Brianna next. Hot Tomato Show Domina. Try moves up. Get those last second wagers in. Cowgirl Frankie. Hanabi. Last two, Nella, and your overwhelming favorite, Motown Renee. A bit of stirring for Show Domina. Motown Renee is in, just about. Not quite. Flag is up, ready for the 8th. And there they go. Inward start for Nella, number 9. Out very well is your favorite, Motown Renee. Does not bode well for the rest. Passing Passion takes over the lead and swoops to the inside rail. Back in third is Try. Fourth is Hanabi. Fifth, 5 or 6 from the lead is Show Domina. Next comes Hot Tomato, and then a long ways back to Nella. Next is Harper Brianna, and last down the backstretch into the only turn is Cowgirl Frankie, some 20 lengths off the front. And there goes Motown Renee looking for 3 straight and could very well be gone. Passing Passion running a good second. Back there in third, moving on up very willingly, is Hanabi and Means Business. On the outside, circumventing is Show Domina, inside rail to try. And now coming up through is Hot Tomato, weaving through traffic, blowing the turn, is Passing Passion, is out of the race. Deep stretch they go. It's Motown Renee by air. Up to second is Hanabi, who gains. Further back we have, trying to get up is Nella, and Motown Renee is running home like a 1-9 favorite. Geared down, going to win by 10. A good second for Nella. Running third was Try. On the scene late for fourth was Hot Tomato. Motown Renee, off odds 1-9, 2 in a row. 3 on the day for Alexander Bendezu. Ten, 9, 4, 6. 1-9. Over 51-1. Over 6-1. Over 27-1. Riders objection, 6 versus 9 in the stretch run. 6 and Rainier Arrieta has claimed foul to the 9 and Admar Santos in the stretch. Into the winner's circle steps winner of the 8th and last, number 10, Motown Renee and jockey Alexander Bendezu with a riding triple. Owned and bred by Catalano Thoroughbreds Incorporated. Wayne Catalano is the winning trainer. Motown Renee, 3-year-old daughter of Motown out of the Creative Cosmere. Shelby Renee, bred in Illinois by Renee Catalano. Congratulations to the winning connections, and Alexander Bendezu, our meets leading rider, with 3 more wins today. The winning time, a minute 13 flat, 1:13 and 11/100ths of a second. We're under rider's objection, 6 versus 9 deep stretch. Our many thanks to you for joining us here today. We do appreciate it. In our final race, we scratched the 1, 11, and 12. See what the judges are looking at. Next live racing card, we have 7 races for you coming up on this Saturday afternoon. Coming up, we can stay afterwards and watch and wager on the Belmont Stakes, courtesy of Saratoga, at 1.25 miles distance before they head over to the new digs at Elmont, New York next year. We'll get you official shortly with our 8th and final. We will have no change. The objection is disallowed. Final order 10, 9, 4, and 6 is now official. Results: Motown Renee 210 across the board. Nella 860 and 440. Tri-Paid 220 to show. The Exacta $7.70. Trifecta $10.75. Late pick 3 $27.30. 10-cent Superfecta $10.26. The late double 6 with 10 $4.70. The late pick 4 $90.80. I think both Peter and I hit that, so congrats if you got it and played along. I'd like to thank our crowd, immense as it always is here. We do appreciate it. And if you have time to come on by in the St. Louis metro area, take a drive down and see us Tuesdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 1:30 as well. And remember, the $250,000 St. Louis Derby comes up later this summer towards the last of August, August 29th, which is a Saturday. Make plans to check us out real soon. Take care.